My first memory of you is on Generations.
Yeah.
You were there for a while, no? I can't even remember.
2 years. When I was acting on Rhythm City, I can say that was my first little break in terms of being behind the scenes, someone allowing me to direct a scene here and there.
Everyone in this pic is running back. You're moving forward. And I remember in this moment, they throwing tear gas.
Yeah.
Have you always wanted to be this kind of filmmaker?
I remember thinking, we've got a bit of equipment. We have to archive what the students were doing.
Yeah. You've been in the industry for a while now.
Yeah.
As a Black woman, what have been like some of your biggest challenges that you can just think of?
The negotiation is like, we're giving you a chance, you shouldn't even be here, you know, or you're ticking some type of box for people to get funding to say, look, see, there is a woman. I want to infuse a lot of life into the things that I'm concerned about at a very intimate and small level.
It seems as if everything has a purpose.
One of the advice was write things that bother you, write things that you have questions about, or write about things that you wish to have a conversation about.
I'm an African. I'm African. I'm an African. Everybody's an African. Feels good, right? Feels good. Feels good. Feels good. It feels good every day when every African turns and shines my way. All my brothers from Zaire, Ethiopia, Uganda, and Zimbabwe. It feels good every day when every African turns and shines my way. All my brothers from Zaire, Ethiopia, Uganda, and Zimbabwe. I'm from the continent of refugees and rebels, where minds are richer than all rubies and marbles. Life at its best, view it from all angles. No longer do we wear shackles, but life's bangles. AIDS increases, the poverty's in levels. Where flowers blossom every day in hard grovel. Traditional acts just brings out the marvel. In every African's heart filled with sorrow. Wait for tomorrow, but the road remains narrow. African minds sharp like bow and arrow. We're aiming for higher places, man, I tell you. Communication through rhythms until I see you. I'd like to thank God I got loose like liquor.
Slide 8, take 2, come on board.
Oh, yeah.
Numbers for camera 3 and 5.
Good day, and welcome to another timeless episode of Filmatic. Today we have a visionary filmmaker who's a writer, executive producer, actor, and director who has redefined South African storytelling with her fearless approach to complex narratives. Her name is Mmabatho Montsho. Whether exploring patriarchy in Jokoyaha or flipping societal norms in The Groom's Price, her work challenges conventions while igniting important conversations with her storytelling, deeply rooted in activism. Mmabatho's scripts don't just entertain, they provoke thought and demand reflections, cementing her reputation as a storyteller with purpose. Her contributions to acclaimed series like Blood and Water and Lockdown further demonstrate her range and impact on South African television. Now, please join me in welcoming the revolutionary, revered, and relentless rebel when it comes to filmmaking, Mmabatho Montsho.
How are you?
I'm blessed. How are you?
I'm blessed. Thank you.
Super.
Lovely.
Oh, man. Finally got you here.
Yes.
Yeah, the last time, yes, scheduling.
Yeah, scheduling, but I didn't want to be here, and I'm happy to be here.
We're ready to go. Let's get this party started. Hey.
Hello.
Are you well?
I am.
Man.
And yourself?
You seem a bit nervous. Don't worry, I'm
so nervous.
I don't know why you're nervous. I'm the one who should actually be. I am a little bit nervous, but I'm cool now. You know, I'm going to start this. Let me tell you how I'm going to start. I'm going to show you something.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you if you remember it.
Okay.
There's a pic. I took this pic.
I know which picture you're talking about.
You know which pic?
Yeah.
Remember this pic?
Yes, I do.
Fees must fall.
Yes.
What I like about this pic, they'll show you in edit. Or quickly show it. Just so you see Mmabatho there. Now, what I like most about this pic is that everyone is running back. Everyone is running back. Everyone in this pic is running back. You're moving forward. And I remember in this moment, they throwing tear gas.
Yeah.
Have you always wanted to be this kind of filmmaker?
I'll tell you, I remember this moment very clearly. I remember this day. It was at the Union buildings.
Yes.
And they had just thrown the tear gas, and we, you were doing our sound. Lebu was doing yes. You were doing sound.
Yeah.
That's why you were there. Lebu was there doing camera. I had the B camera, and then there was a handful of other people.
Yeah.
And I remember, because my eyes were watering, and I ran back this way, and I was like, "Q, where's Lebu? Where's Lebu?" And then you were like, "He's back there," and I realized that means he's still shooting. So I'm like, let me go cover with, get the rest of the shots. And that's when you took this image. So you played a role actually in this moment, in the courage to be like, actually, keep rolling, keep rolling. So I remember this moment quite distinctly. And this was on day, it might have been day 7 or 8 or something of us actually filming. I can't remember exactly, I stand corrected.
Okay.
But what I remember is that everyone who came through, including you came through for free, because I remember calling you guys saying, there's this thing happening, the students are busy, this moment can't go, and we didn't press record.
Yeah.
Because our archives are very important, as you know. Even if you're making a film or a documentary, to access that archive of South African history, it's either you are having to speak to some international company, or if it's local, it's very expensive. And it's also filmed from a particular perspective.
Yeah. So
I remember thinking, we've got a bit of equipment. We have to be on site and archive what the students were doing. And you all came through. Nobody said how much, where, what. People just came through. So to bring about 6 people together who are not looking for an immediate payday and believe in it is eternally inspiring, even to me, that people were willing to put themselves on the line in that way. Yeah.
Wow. Yes, it's revolutionary. Like I said, where do you get it from? Because everything that I've seen, even just doing the research, it seems as if everything has a purpose.
Maybe because I'm a Libra. Libra is the scales of justice.
Yes, that star sign with the yeah.
So maybe it's a little bit of that, but also from a writing perspective, I remember a while ago when I was doing a writing course, and one of the advice was write things that bother you, write things that you have questions about, or write about things that you wish to have a conversation about. So I guess I feel at home in that place. The things that really bother me, I want to talk about them.
Okay.
The things that bother me at a personal level, the things that bother me about society. But I think we all, as creatives, somehow are saying something or doing something, whether it's on purpose or not.
Yeah.
Even if you're doing comedy, you want to make people laugh.
Yeah.
If you're doing rom-com, you want to communicate something about love or whatever. So for me, it happens to be particular themes, feminist themes, issues that affect Black people. And that's what I am. I'm a Black woman. So I talk about the things that affect not just me, but my community as well. Yeah.
You've been in the industry for a while now.
Yeah.
As a Black woman in the industry, what have been like some of your biggest challenges that you can just think of?
Sure, it's a lot. It's like, first of all, how are you perceived? There was a time when you had a lot of Black women on screen, but behind the scenes, they are not there. So from an audience perspective, you're seeing a lot of Black women, but they are not contributing to how they're seen. Who are we as people? Are we just love interests? Are we villains? Who are we in the world?
Yeah.
And in the story, what are we servicing? Are we servicing things that are actually beneficial to us as women, things that are going to raise our self-esteem as Black girls and as Black women, and maybe change the relationship we have with other members of society? And then I've always wanted to be a director. That was my dream. A writer and a director. Those were my biggest
from way
dreams.
back.
From childhood.
From childhood.
Yeah. So now when you want to make this transition, because I started out as an actor, so making the transition, I noticed there was a lot of just be on camera, but like from a point of view, like you're an ornament. leave all this thinking and hardworking stuff to us. When just go and
pretty
just go and sit in camera and just act, man. You know? And then when you do crossover and you're on the other side, it's just you. Maybe you're a team of directors. Usually there'd be 4 of you, depending on the type of show you're doing. And then you are the one with the 3. And then when it's negotiation time, when are you being given a chance? We're giving you a chance, despite the fact that you probably have the same amount of experience or more, depending on at what stage this was. The negotiation is like, we're giving you a chance. You shouldn't even be here, you know, or you're ticking some type of box for people to get funding to say, look, see, there is a woman in the team. So you face the usual issues. Do people trust you on set? Do they know what you're doing? Do they believe you know what you're doing? But there was also a lot of positive experiences from my side. There were a lot of supportive people, actors in front of the camera. There were also a lot of supportive people behind the scenes. When I say a lot, for me, if there's 5 people on your side on a crew of 100, it's 5. There are people on your side, you know, who would say, okay, when the sabotage so-and-so has my back. So it wasn't a completely, I think, one-dimensional experience. There were also people who were excited to have me on set in that role, to be like, sheesh, man, let's see what you can do. So, and then there's the challenges that everyone has when you want to write or direct. Can you do it? It's not an easy thing to do, right? Facing a blank page as a writer is a difficult thing to do. And that's just difficult for anybody getting into the industry. And then you add these other things on top.
Who gave you that first big break and like, okay, let's give her a chance in the directing chair. Let her work.
Bridget Pickering and Moki Makura.
Okay.
So I had worked with Moki on Jacob's Cross. I was acting back then. And I always used to tell her, this is my dream. I want to be a director. This is what I'm going to do, blah, 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 blah. And then when she had, she was doing adaptations of these series of like teen books into short films. Then she called me. She's like, I remember you said you want to do this. Are you back? Because I had gone to do some short course away. She's like, are you back? Can you come and do this thing? I'm like, yeah, I can. I'm ready. And then I meet with Bridget Pickering. And she's like asking for all these things, and some of them I don't know. And you're like, yeah, I got you. I'm gonna submit. You know. And then that was my first break was directing for a made-for-TV short film. And then, okay, just to step back, before that, when I was acting on Rhythm City, and then every month, every year, March, you negotiate the contracts. So I was saying, guys, nyabonga, angui, and they were like, no, we've written your character this far, so we need you to play with us. Like, can you stick around and at least give us a chance to write you out? And I'm like, yeah, cool, if you let me train to direct. And then they were like, yeah, sure. And so I can say that was my first little break in terms of being behind the scenes, someone allowing me to direct a scene here and there. And then the short film, like the whole production was in my hands. That was my first break.
That's incredible. I like what you said when you said since you're a little, I've known since I was a kid that I'd be in film. In high school, I kind of doubted a bit. I thought I'd do law, but I ended up marrying a lawyer. Weirdly. What is it, that thing that drew? For me, I don't know. It was a natural drawing to film. I was interested of how do they actually do this? And then I think directing is the only thing I actually even knew of as a kid.
Yes.
So how did you find that this is where I'm going? This is what I'm doing with my life?
I think Ratswana is kids. So when I was a kid, when the credits go up, it used to be those little drawings. This one's doing this. And I remember I used to wait for I used to like the opening credits and the closing credits because I liked when the actors turn, like, like, you know, and then directed by, written by. And that time, I could speak English, but something important is happening here because these are people's names. And then at the end, it's the drawings. And now you can see there was one for the score, right?
Yeah.
And there's the conductor and the choir. And I'm like, what do all these people do? What does all this mean? So I was very curious from that perspective. And then later on, I remember seeing a music video. Yeah, Asha.
Yeah,
Nice and Slow. And I remember thinking, there's no way this person is this cool. Like, this person is too cool. It seems superhuman. And I was asking my brother, like my older brother, why are you cool so? Like, what is it? And he's like, no, the director did a low angle shot. And I'm like, the who? The what? You know? And he's like, no, it's a low angle shot. I'm like, oh, okay. So there is somebody designing this and taking somebody, because I remember he was like 15 or 16, I can't remember, but he was a kid. And I'm thinking, okay, so there's someone who can create an entire perspective about somebody. Who is that? I want to do that. That's what I want to be. And then from a writing perspective, you know, in English, you're writing the essays and so I always knew that I want to do some form of writing. I just didn't know it would be screenwriting.
Man, I hear you. But then you got into the game via acting.
Yes.
My first memory of you is on Generations.
Yeah.
That's it. Was that the break?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes.
And how did that come about? Or do you even want to speak about it?
Yeah, I don't mind talking about it. So I used to live with a friend of mine in Melville. We used to make clothes.
Okay.
So I remember one time, like, we are busy sewing and I'm like, no, man, that show needs me.
You said the show needs you. Okay.
There was something I was curious about, but I couldn't put my finger on it. I was like, there's an expression that's missing here.
Yeah.
What is that? And then maybe a couple of months passed by. We're now starting to make T-shirts. And we're speaking to another designer about how we're going to make the silk screens to print these T-shirts. And Stadiwa Koroge was also doing the same thing. She was also crossing over into fashion around the time, I think. And then I was very quiet, you know. So in the room, everyone is like big personalities. And I was like sitting in the corner quietly. And then she's like, "Ay man, awufuna actor." So I'm like, yeah, okay. Then she gives me the phone number. She's like, they're having auditions for a new family. Call this number. And you want to audition for this part. I'm like, okay, I'll do it. And then she starts dialing on her phone because she doesn't believe them. She's like, call here. And I call, hi, my name is Mmabatho. And they're like, yeah, cool, come and audition on these days. When I arrive, I see the call sheet. Big names.
Yeah.
Ba. Then as I'm looking at these names, and then I get it, they ask you, what's your experience? What's your highest level of education? So my form was clean. It just had like my name and not applicable. And then I'm like, should I write my, primary school drama classes? Just so it's not so empty. Then I remembered, no, man, a couple of months ago, I said, I want to be on this show. And then this thing just worked out the way it did. No, let me go in there, with some courage.
Yeah.
This thing is mine.
Yeah.
And
And it ended up being yours.
It did. It did.
You were there for a while, no? I can't even remember.
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah. It was short, actually, in the scheme of Soapy.
Yeah,
2 years is not a long time.
So what happens after that? Where are you going? You want to be a director at this point?
I do. I think I continued acting, and then I booked a drama.
Yeah.
So now being on a drama set, now seeing the type of stories that I do want to tell, like drama, like I saw a world that I want to be in. Would say, oh, this is it. This is where I want to be. That then reignited that spirit of I actually want to direct. And then I would speak about it a lot. And then remembering what I want to do, I started paying a lot of attention to the director.
Yeah.
What are they doing? How are they blocking? why are they making these types of decisions? And remember, when you shoot in blocks, you're working with different directors.
Yes.
So now I've got access to seeing what these different directors are doing.
Oh.
Then I saved up money.
Mhm.
And I went to go do a short course at New York Film Academy.
Okay.
I actually just wanted a break, but I didn't want the break to just be doing nothing. You know, I needed to be like, okay, this acting thing is taking off. It's doing well, but I know that's not my dream. How do I get back to what I actually want to do?
Yeah.
And then I went to go do this short course to have a break to reflect.
Yeah.
But also to check, do I have what it takes?
Yeah.
Because you can have a dream, but maybe you don't have the stuff like to make it happen, you know? So I went and I did this course, and I was like, yeah, I've got the stuff. I think I'm gonna go for this thing. So that's how that transition then takes place.
And have you started writing at this point, or?
No, so I haven't started writing at this point, but in this short course that I've taken, I've also taken up writing. And then I was also able to cross things off. Like I had small dreams of being a cinematographer, and they were quickly dashed. Like, you would see, yeah, this one is not for you. You know what I mean? But I learned very important principles about writing.
Okay.
So that transition from writing short stories that are in more of a novel form or essays into writing for the screen. So, I started to have really sharp understanding of writing. Which, I can do these two things that I'm dreaming about. Yeah.
At Montsho, we recognize how demanding production schedules can be. That's why we prioritize on simplicity, responsiveness, and the flexibility in every interaction. Our booking process is straightforward, and our team is always available to troubleshoot last-minute needs or unexpected challenges. We take pride in delivering solutions quickly and efficiently, allowing filmmakers to focus on creativity rather than logistics. This commitment to proactive support and clear communication is what defines the Montsho difference, making every production smoother and less stressful. For your own Beyond the Title videos, like this one, this really cool one, this amazingly, really cool, super, really seriously cool video like this one, call OM Films today. You are part of the Basha Uhuru Freedom Festival, but I thought it's a music festival.
Yeah, it's an arts festival.
It's an arts festival.
So the big night is the music night, the concert. That's the final, like, closing down. But it's an arts festival. It's done in June. It's a youth festival.
Okay.
It happens at Constitution Hill. I think it's one of the biggest youth events in the city at that time. They have fine art, music. They have business workshops. It's basically like, how do we help the youth transition from school or from not having experience and bringing them together with experienced people, professionals.
Okay.
So I took care of the film festival, Visions of Freedom Film Festival. Last year, 2024.
Okay.
And then how we curated it is we made it a student film festival because I still wanted to commemorate the youth, the student movement of 76.
Nice.
So I was like, okay, what are the students talking about? What are the students being affected by today? And how is it reflecting in the visual work? So there was an open call, but then we also invited all the different universities and colleges to submit films. And then what we did is we also invited production companies to select interns from the films that they'd seen from any department, whether you see wardrobe that you like or makeup that you like, from any department, select 2 interns and take them on board. So that was the idea.
We had a bit of a small conversation just before you came on camera about IP. You said some interesting things. Let's dive into intellectual property. Your thoughts, how we should be moving, what's your thoughts on how we should be moving, and.
I think we must repeat what you were saying off camera.
I said there's a DP that I was speaking to, Jiten. I'm still waiting for you. He was asking me, how are artists going to continue? How are they going to make money? I run a gear rental house, and he was just asking me, how are you going to get money, capital that will allow you to scale and become bigger? And how are artists going to eat? And it became a whole conversation. And then my answer to him was, I think we're not taking IP seriously, or we're giving it away too easily. One of the two. And what made me think, as I was on the phone with him, we went through music videos he shot. And he shot some of the most classic music videos in the country. And his views, it wasn't even all of them, they were adding up to like 25 million views. And I was like, okay, cool. So you've done all these visuals, came up with the idea for all these visuals, but you're not getting a single check at all whatsoever. And you even asked me about what contract did he sign. And I was like, on a music video. So
yeah,
my thoughts on IP are growing quite a lot, especially with the more and more guests I talk to. That's why I'm even asking what your thoughts are. And what do you think should be our approach and the way forward with it?
Sure. It's such a complex conversation to have. It's a huge conversation to have, because if we take it a step further, like, so if we're not just talking about us as individuals owning a portion or all of our IP, whatever the case may be, we have to also talk about the country. How much IP does the country own? Of its own history, stories, Because if for example, there are all these streamers from outside of South Africa doing the bulk of the commissioning of the work that we do, who does that IP belong to? Now, it also just doesn't belong to us as individuals. It doesn't just leave our hands as producers and companies. It's leaving the country.
I hear you.
Do you know what I mean? If the national broadcaster sells its archive to a private broadcaster that then gets bought by a French company, and there's all the South African historic archive.
It's just gone.
Gone. So even like at that level, as like the country, are we looking after intellectual property as a country? Are we also looking after what we can and can't say as a country? Because if I'm commissioned and somebody's giving me money to take, let's say I come up with an idea about a movie about 2 cups, right? And then I pitch, and then they commission it outright, and I don't have a stake in this IP. When they put the money in, they're actually just giving me the money to work. If you look at the amount of money, they're not paying you for the idea. You're just getting paid to work.
To work.
To type, to direct. But the actual idea itself, you're not getting the money for that idea. And then on top of that, because they've commissioned it outright, they can tell you what to say about these 2 cups. Right?
Yeah.
And whatever their mandate or what they want so let's say this movie about 2 cups has 6 million views.
Yeah.
Somebody else from outside the country has decided what 6 million South Africans are going to consume. So you've taken the IP. You've also taken charge of the conversation. There's so much that you've taken charge of at that large a scale. And then us as practitioners, you need a job. We all know the unemployment rate in South Africa. It doesn't, when filmmakers or creatives talk about these things of unemployment, I don't know why we don't count ourselves as workers who are also affected by unemployment, right?
I've never even thought of it that way.
No, we don't. Creatives don't think of themselves as workers, and most are. You're at work. You're a worker, right? So if there's an unemployment issue, it's also affecting you. And if there is such a huge unemployment issue, what does it mean? If you are saying, I want my IP for this much, and this one's saying, nah, I'll just shoot, pay me the day rate. It's easy to exploit those people. So I don't think it's necessarily that most people don't care about these things or it doesn't cross their mind. But sometimes it really just boils down to, can you pay your kids' school fees at the end of the month? Do you have a roof over your head? And you make the decisions like that. there are different bodies in the industry that are attending to these IP issues.
Yeah.
The actors are South African, the Actors Guild.
Okay.
They are attending to it from their perspective. Your independent producers organizations, your documentary filmmakers associations, all those different bodies are attempting to do something about it. But if we're not going to be a formidable voice about those things, then the gains are going to be very, very little, or we can just be ignored outright.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if you are all to say like tools down, you know that you can pick up a phone and you will have a full crew before 5 p.m.
That's true. That's actually true.
So, yeah.
Yeah. This fight, man. I don't know which direction to kind of go with it. I've even asked myself, who in the you got a director, DP, editor, what actor, what is like, who must even get the IP? And it's a conversation that I think needs to be had on a much bigger level. Because I'm also wondering, like you said, all these organizations are doing something. I'm wondering, what exactly are they doing?
I mean, each organization is going to try and look after itself, right? Its members. Like, so producers are going to look out for producers. Actors are going to look out for actors. I mean, there are things that kind of intersect and work together. But also, we have to be honest about the level of coherence among ourselves as well. You know what I mean? Even if you look at the number of practitioners that are part of this membership in comparison to how big the industry actually is.
That's true.
It's like
because we're counting what? We're counting stage, actors, producers.
But besides that, how many of us are members of all of those things? Just we're only one. So Babaru, we've got 300 members. Babaru, we've got 500 members. They're counting us in all of those all of those numbers. Do you know what I mean? So there are a lot of issues that are not going to be resolved if there isn't a certain level of coherence among us, because there are a lot of people that are doing quite a lot of work, and it's voluntary. You must remember, if you're part of these organizations, most of the work that you're doing there is voluntary.
Yeah.
Right? You're not getting paid for it, right? How many people are going to sustain that for years?
True.
You know? True. And then also, if we come together, if I'm joining Montsho because I know you're going to help me get funding, then if my motivation is purely money and nothing else that affects our industry, you might have 100 people in an organization who are only interested in the funding opportunities, the job opportunities that are going to come up, and not the slog of changing the conditions
I hear you.
of the industry.
I hear you.
Yeah.
I want to throw at you a question you threw at us, which is, other industries get support. If it's sports, they're getting sponsors. They're getting support. Why do you think we are not getting that support here in our industry? Like
from the private sector and stuff like that. I think it's what we spoke about just now. Like, how coherent are we about what we need? And from a creative perspective, but also from a business perspective, anybody who's going to give you money is hoping to get something back out of it. I think it needs an hour of its own. You need a round table where this thing can be debated to its to smithereens. Really, you know. And then just also on a small scale, you as a production, here's your movie about this mug. Did you really go and do the research to see how many people are interested in your movie about a mug?
I hear you.
Did you really? Do you really know who your target market is? You know, sometimes when you're reading like maybe you're part of a program as a consultant and you're reading these applications.
Yeah.
And then you read that part about the audience research and everyone's thing looks the same. It's vague. And you're like, we don't know who we're talking to. We don't know what they want to see. We don't know why they didn't like our last movie. We don't know why they wanted to pay 20 Rand instead of 50 Rand. We don't know that information. Like, if you go and search for it now, you're going to find research maybe from NFVF, depending on how old it is as well. Maybe you might find a 2021 study.
Yeah.
But if you go to a company individually and say, tell us about your target market, let's see your research. Most of the time, if we are honest about ourselves, it hasn't been done. So from a business perspective, I get a business is there to make money.
True.
Yeah. They should be investing in the arts. The arts are important and everybody benefits from them. There should be that investment. There should be that risk. There should be people willing to risk 5 million every year on some film project. You know what I mean? It should be like that. They should care about it.
Yeah.
But equally so, we should be willing to do the work that we're supposed to be doing.
So you've directed shows like Scandal, from my understanding.
Yeah.
How do you prep for such?
All right. So with Soapy, it's got a history.
Yeah.
It's been on for years. It's got its DNA. It's got its style that the audience knows and understands. So you don't quite want to mess with that, but there are opportunities to infuse a little bit of yourself in there. You get a script. So it works in, I think, 3 or 4 week rotations. I can't remember properly now, but you get your week where you are prepping, your week where you're on set actually directing, your week in post, and then your pre-production. It's very specific and detailed.
Okay.
You have a ruler, you draw a line. So you do the cuts on the actual script.
Editor's not deciding that. You're deciding.
You're deciding that, right? So you're saying you've got 3 cameras. It's a multi-camera shoot. This is camera 1, 2, 3. You draw on the floor plan. This is where the camera is going to be. This is how it's going to move. Here's the actor, the character. They're going to move from here to here. These are the type of shots I want. And you go through the whole script, the whole episode, and do those very specific cuts. They're going to put all those things that you put there on the script on camera cards. So each camera is reading these like white shots, so-and-so, da-da-da. They know their movements. And then you've got a vision mixer who is looking at your script now and matching it to the cuts that you said. And I mean, it's not set in stone. Obviously, you do rehearsal, you can change some things. And even as you're watching, you've got your comms to be like, go tighter. Because sometimes, actors give you something you didn't expect, or your camera person spots something like, because you're watching all these monitors, like, and they're like, look here, they flash. And you're like, go to that, take that, da-da-da-da-da-da. When you get to post, your editor is still a creative part of that production. So they're not just only cleaning up what you've put in. Sometimes they rearrange. Like, I see where you were trying to go. How about I take it further by putting this here and maybe rearranging this here?
Okay.
Because you're still working in post. You're still cutting out, shortening the episode. Sometimes fixing performances, like, let's take that reaction from that other episode, put it here to make them look more whatever, you know? So that's the entire process. So, but the real preparation is in completely understanding the story, understanding the DNA of the show, knowing where these characters are coming from, where they're going, and how to take the viewers on that journey. They mustn't be confused what's going on. And Soapy is very, so you must give them those moments of, did he really do that? You must give them. When I started on Soapy, I was trying to be a filmmaker, and it's like, no, the audience of this thing wants the tsa-tsa-tsa. Give it to them, and the actors know how to give it to them.
Yeah.
So the actors know there's these 3 cameras. They know they must be like, because this camera, like they know. So play with it, So yeah.
Oh man, that's dope.
Yeah.
And that's even more. That's I could say in a commercial kind of level. You're also big on the independent stuff. I think I met you around about Women in Sex when you were doing...
Yeah.
Tell me about your independent film. Because Lapo, isn't that your first independent film?
No.
It's not the first.
It's the first completed.
It's the first completed one.
It's the first completed one. Yeah, it's the first completed one. It was how many episodes are there? I think it's 8.
It's 8. They're on YouTube, hey?
Yeah. Yeah.
Guys, go look Women in
I shot
Sex
quite a
on
bit
YouTube.
and then I cut them down, I remember. So it was called Women on Sex. I interviewed Black women about the politics of sex.
Okay.
The questions that...
The politics of sex.
Yeah, the questions that we have about patriarchy, how does it affect us? How does it translate to this thing? How does our view of sex, of purity, of expression, empowerment, liberation, how do they translate from our daily lives into sex and from sex into our daily lives? It was one of those things I had a question about. I didn't have an answer. I didn't know that I want to say this. I had a question and I thought, let me ask different women from all walks of life their views on these things, from religion to body politics to intergenerational experiences. So yeah, that's what I did. I used... I got a little bit of funding from Gauteng Film Commission. I also used my salary to make it happen. It was something that I really wanted to do it because it was a question that I had and I wanted to put it out there. It was at the time when there was a lot of talk about you can't talk about this serious a topic. You can't have more than 5 minutes. People won't watch beyond 5 minutes. People won't watch this sort of thing. And at that time, we had 2,000 subscribers. We had episodes could reach 30,000 views, 50,000 views. So I'm like, it can work. But it also put me in the kinds of rooms I wanted to be in as a director. Okay. Because of the kind of attention it got from different parts of the world. Because it's on YouTube, it's accessible to anybody anyway. Yeah. So I was surprised by the kind of attention it got and the type of people who gave it attention. But it got me now to start getting into rooms as a director and being trusted with issue-based topics.
I see.
Yeah.
Montsho supports everyone, from solo filmmakers to big productions. We want to make your process smoother so you can focus on creating instead of stressing. We tailor our services to meet the diverse needs, offering quality gear and expert support, no matter what the budget or the scope. Our goal is to ensure that every storyteller has access to reliable filmmaking equipment and a partner who understands the challenges of production. When you need a dependable service and a collaborative team invested in your success, that's the time to call Montsho. So then what even happens after you've done the Women in Sex? What kind of projects were you doing?
I think I was still on Scandal because I remember, I think I had just started Scandal because I remember the last few episodes I was using the Scandal. I was like, hey, Soapy, monthly salary, I can tie these loose ends. And then a little bit of attempts at archiving, like we spoke about earlier. Yeah. Here's what's happening in the world. Just go be there with a camera. You don't have to have some end goal with it, but document, witness what your people are going through. Put it on the record. Its time will come or it won't, I don't know, but put your people on the record and their struggles. And then I worked on, I went to go direct MTV Sugar down south. So those are the kind of things that Women on Sex were helping me with. Like I understand issue-led programming. I can direct this sort of thing. And it also helped me with the women actors because they felt comfortable talking to me about all sorts of things of set and trusting me, to say we're about to shoot the scene. This is how I feel about it. Can we do it like this and that? Yeah. So there was a level of trust it earned me. So those are the types of shows I did. And then I did Tula's Vine as head director. Actually, that was my first head director job. It was a drama for SABC. So I started doing a lot more drama after that. Yeah.
Wow, man, that's incredible. Now you're a director.
Yeah.
And you're female. I've heard different challenges of being on set as a female. how do you handle your whatever the challenges are? There's a lot of young females on set. How do you feel they should be going about? Because there's a lot of guys on sets, and sometimes,
So you must say women, because female what? Female.
A lot of women.
Female plant. Female.
Excuse me. There's a lot of women on sets. Excuse me.
No. So, okay, I know that for the first hour, if I'm on a new project, I know for the first hour, if I'm meeting a new crew, I know I'm proving that I know what I'm doing.
Okay.
I know I'm proving to the actors. Yeah, I go in knowing, okay, there is an assumption that I don't quite know what I'm doing. And I think it's twofold. I do think crews deal with a lot of inexperienced people in general.
Yeah.
Right? So when they don't know you, there is that assumption, hey, guys, what laws, like, you know what I mean? But then there is obviously a gendered issue of, how are you gonna run this thing? And then you can see the little tests of trying to see if you can survive the morning or whatever it is. And then also from a crew perspective, like say, for example, you've got a camera person, they hire the grip, or they come with their grip from wherever they come from, they come with their gaffer. It's usually some deal with the producer to come with your people like this so we can make the budget like this. Now, they are loyal to the DP. Because that's who's going to take them from production to production to production. So if the camera person likes, they can do a complete hostile takeover of the set because they can frustrate you. They can set up slow to make you behind time. I carry one of the things you must prove you must put in your contract as a director is I can deliver on time and on budget.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You're not going to bleed the production. You're not going to be dropping scenes every day. The DP can decide to frustrate you by making things impossible. They've got an entire crew of gaffers.
Gaffer, grips, spark, I get you.
Yes. So now you've got 50 people on the set who are loyal to this one person because that's who's taking them from gig to gig. And they can do a hostile takeover. And there are moments where you can see like, hey, this is a takeover. And then the nice thing about if you do know what you're doing, you can already see where they're going to have a problem. And then it's like, well, that's why I'm here. That's why the director is here. Because I have had to think about every single thing that must happen. I have had to speak to every single department. And I have had to honor the story, which is what I'm here for. I'm not here for your ego. I'm not here to be your boss. I'm here to honor the story.
That's true.
So when you are done with your power struggle,
I hear you.
Can we attend to this thing called the story? And the same with actors. Like, okay, when you're done not feeling like being directed by me, also you could have sharp steering. Can we do this thing that we came for? Because I've anticipated the treatment I'm going to get. I've anticipated being able to shoot this entire scene without your face in it.
Wow.
Because I know what the story needs.
Yeah.
And I know how I'm going to get there without you. Like, I can do it if Garad. So, in that entire drama, like I said before, there are people who have your back.
I hear you.
They are there.
I hear you.
I don't think it would be survivable without that.
I heard you in an interview saying there's different kinds of directors. The director who's for actors type of thing, technical kind of director. And I'm just wondering where you kind of fall amongst those. Like, what's your style type of thing?
I can't remember putting it that way. It was on Actor Spaces.
Yeah, it was on Actor Spaces.
Oh, no, I remember that workshop. It was the writer-actor relationship. And that there are directors who are really directors. The actors enjoy having them on set. And there are directors that the crew, I was just doing those different types of comparisons. But at the heart of it, a director is a director.
Yeah.
All those things are your problem.
Technical, acting.
Yes.
Everything.
Yeah. All of those things are things that you have to understand to a decent enough level that you can deliver the product. There are people who come from a much more technical background and their strength is there. If the DP is struggling to light something, they know what to do, or they'll grab the camera, they know what to do. They're very strong technically. There are people who are strong with both. There are people who are strong with performance. But there was this thing that started to happen in the industry where people would be like, I'm more of a performance director, and Omunya, I'm more of a technical, but you're a director. All those things you should know what you're doing on all of those fronts, including makeup, including wardrobe. You should be able to mitigate when there is an issue. You're a director first and foremost. And that means overseeing the vision from all fronts. A camera speaks, it's got a language.
Yeah.
The type of shot that you choose is saying something.
Yeah.
The way you place the camera is saying something. What you choose to put in the frame and out of the frame is saying something. It's delivering a message. A performance is delivering a message. So all of those things are your business, because you should be able to have a scene that has no dialogue and we can all follow what the story is. And that is coming from the camera language and it's coming from the performance. You should be able to shoot an empty frame and tell the story from an empty.
That makes sense.
When I say empty, I mean there's no actor or whatever. You should be able to tell a story just using frames. It's your business.
Yeah, it's your business.
Yeah, it is. That's what you're there to. That's why there's a difference between you and someone on stage doing theater. You're doing camera work.
I was gonna even ask, in terms of writing, do you prefer writing for screen or for stage?
I don't write for stage. I directed a play. I'm a screenwriter.
Okay.
I like the screen.
That's your playground.
That's my thing. Yeah, I like the screen. I like the camera. I like that. I like that box.
That box we're told to stay away from as kids.
Yeah. I love it. That's my playground.
And your genre, your favorite kind of genre that you like playing with?
Yeah, I don't know what to say the kind of genre I play with, but I know the kind of story I like to tell.
What kind of story do you like to tell?
I like to tell the small story. You know, I like to tell the small story of the thing that maybe we see so much that we don't pay attention to it anymore. And I realized that. I remember one day, one director was saying to me, when I closed an entire freeway, you know, about this epic thing. And then you went and told a story about broken shoes. I'm like, actually, you're right. And we were laughing about it, you know. And I'm like, that is exactly it. I want the story of the broken shoe. I want the story of the person who painted the line, you know, on the road. I want who painted that line.
Yeah.
I want that story. Those are the stories I think I flourish in. Those are stories I know how to tell. And I like to put, I want to infuse it with the things I want to say about society, because at the end of the day, these things that we saying about society are affecting us on a very human level every single day. These big ideas about how the world is running, whatever, affect whether when you open a tap, is the water coming out or not, and can you drink that water? It affects you at that personal level. So yeah, I like the personal story. And as a writer and as a director, I hope to tell the kind of story that are not like in some ngatin. You know, we get these calls like, this is a female-led story, so you must have, you're not given the opportunity to just tell a powerful story. It's because you're a black woman. Come and tell the story of black woman. Yeah, you can't tell any, you're not allowed to tell any other story. You're like put into this ghetto, this corner of you can only tell this. You can't tell this. So yeah, I want to infuse a lot of life into the things that I'm concerned about at a very intimate and small level.
Do you have a process, a way, like a structure? Okay, cool. beginning, middle, end. Live, almost dies. I don't know.
Yes, I mean, scripts have forms. A story has a form, whether you like it or not. There is
Okay.
a structure, there's a form that you're working with. For me, my once I've got the little idea of what I want to talk about from a story perspective, I'm like, what is the theme here?
Yeah.
Like, what is this actually dealing with?
Yeah.
And then I go into investigate that. This story is not just about broken shoes. What is it saying about broken shoes? And why does this need to be said in the world today? Why does this thing need to be out there? So it will lead me to a lot of research, a lot of reading, and a lot of writing and rewriting while I'm doing this entire process. But for me, the bedrock of my work is thematically, what are we saying here?
Yeah.
And why are we saying it now? And why are we putting it out there in the world? Why should Q sit somewhere and watch this thing? What is he going to walk away with? And when we say that people think the work has to be serious, that's not true.
I hear you. Don't forget
when you're writing
fun.
a comedy and it's fun, what are you saying we must laugh at?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who are you saying we must laugh at?
Yeah.
What are you saying we must laugh about?
Yeah.
Why are you saying we must laugh about this thing? Why is it funny?
I hear you.
You know what I mean?
I hear you.
So it's not only the serious stuff that has to have that level of thinking. Things that we watch don't just bounce off us. They influence us. They normalize certain things. They stigmatize certain things. They inspire. They put new ideas in our head. What we watch is not bouncing off. So if I'm going to make you laugh, I need to know, why are you laughing at this thing?
That's true.
Why do I think we can laugh about this? Because there's laugh at, there's laugh about. Where am I playing? What am I saying?
I hear you.
Yeah.
Wow. Man, what an incredible chat. Now, you've been in the industry this long.
Hey, yeah.
Where
are the millions, Q?
Where are the millions?
Where's the big budget? Where is the 50 million budget? No, I'm kidding.
No, it's not kidding. Where are they? Where are they? And can we keep our IP once we have these things? Me, I feel you. Where do you want to take it? Where do you want to go? As we're sitting here, where do you see yourself still going and still doing?
Learning more and more and more, but also figuring out how to pass things on in a way that is sustainable and that will do good. And, sometimes I panic, like, hey, are we going to leave the industry like the way we found it for the next generation? Or is it going to be worse off? I feel like I'm at that age where when I was starting out, I was looking up to people my age and thinking, these are supposed to be our community builders. Conditioning, there was like the recreation clubs and there were these people who were building the community.
I get you.
So I want that to be the stuff that I'm really, really focusing on. Would say, okay, what do I put in there to say, okay, I can at least be proud that I put the next rung of the ladder for the generation that's coming after us. It will be very embarrassing if we leave them nothing.
They're gonna see this interview.
We're
doing something. Like Filmatic is doing something. You are here on Filmatic, and we're doing something. We're definitely gonna leave the industry different, and there's evidence that we did something. Like even this. So I know we will have done something. Maybe they'll debate how much we've done, but we've done something.
Yeah, this is dope. It's a very powerful platform, and I feel very privileged to have had the opportunity to sit with you at this table.
Man, we're grateful for you coming through, man. Again, all of us were all excited. Everyone knows you from somewhere. You've been doing it for a while, but thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. I hope it's not the last chat we have. Hopefully in future we get you again.
Yeah.
Now then, before you go, I have to give you something. Just give me a second. We wanted to literally and figuratively give you your flowers.
Oh, wow.
And say thank you for being the amazing person that you are. Again, when we mention how long you've been in the industry, man, you've done so much. And we recognize you and we see you for everything that you do. And keep on being great. Please keep on being great and keep on inspiring the people that you are inspiring.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Salute.
Salutes.
It feels good every day when every African turns and shines my way. All my brothers from Zaire, Ethiopia, Uganda, and Zimbabwe. It feels good every day when every African turns and shines my way. All my brothers from Zaire, Ethiopia, Uganda, and Zimbabwe.